So let me write first, right? So these note, okay, I'll prepare it. Let us do what is the so today we'll be covering right. Basically the rules right. So what is the rules? Okay, then we'll have type of rules okay. So, coming to type of road right we'll have, oh, basically we are doing 3 type of cool okay. So let me write down the name first year it into your enter size rule. I'll come to that. What is the rule and why it is really used? Okay, those two will come up later. Enter. We have our go. Application rule, okay and. And you have your mission. Management pen okay. So let me open, okay, so. When you talk about basically rule right, what is coming into picture? Just thinking about right. What is? Exactly, I'm going to get access. So we're talking about rules, right? What rules? Rules. So today we're talking about rules. This rules. The rules is nothing, but it's simple as you may online. It's a collection of times. Right collection of entitlement. If I have 5 entitlement, let's say, when we saw HR floor right. We saw another. Is floor manager right? We have, let's say, another entitlement that is for service delivery. Right if we have 3 entitlement and we want to bundle up, say entitlement. I can group it to get all the 3 entitlement and I can read it as a rules. So basically a rules. Let's have an entitlement. So the whole is doing basically right. Why it is? The length of entitlement it is. Why to rule? Why should I approve? So basically, we use to give access to rules right. So why those rules is used to give access to user, like multiple entitlement. So what does it mean by, let's say, if I have application 80 right? In any. We have 3 entitlement or 4 entitlement. We had 4 entitlement. Like the entitlement. If you remember, like your floor manager. Your HR manager, your service delivery manager. Your floor HR. Okay, so some of the entitlement and we had integrated one more application. If you remember, database in the database +1. So there also we had 425 entitlement. We saw there right. Let's assume we have another application. Okay, that is your service, now in service also. We have 5 applications. If user, let's say there is a user, username is XYZ OK. This user requests access for his AD1 entitlement. They have 2 entitlement and service, now 3 entitlement. So in this case, what? You are going to your Sabian right. In Sabian system we have our IRS menu right. In IRS, we are going there and we are going for request access for us right and we are submitting requests. It's AD1 entitlement. Then again I'm going for DB. Submitting request is entitled into again. We submit a request for the service or this entitlement. 3 right, imagine in real time right. What happened sometime? Employee required access to entitlements, entitlement of different applications. There can be application active directive in kind. Application LDAP. There can be application of ServiceNow. Google, OK Exchange, OK SAP. SAP and as an OK. So, if required, re-entitlement here for entitlement here, right to entitlement here, 5 entitlement. Doesn't it mean that he has to go and submit his application request so that he'll take right every time employee going requesting access for one application is an inconsumable process and system also gets right. So that is why we dump the concept of role. So what I can do, I can take this entitlement, and this OK, of all the 3 applications can place it in a role. OK, in the role I mention it and now user need not to submit this email application for this and for this and for this. Simply use it to access this. This is OK. So either request will be submitted for this, and for this entitlement OK. What user can do? You can request for a roles and he will get access to this application and this entitlement. You got it, Shruti. Any error out here? So this is we called write roles, OK. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm giving access to one like this. 1 entitlement here, 1 entitlement here and 1 entitlement here, right? So we are picking 1 or 2 or 3 entitlement from each and each application. Okay, this concept is called nothing roles. Okay, it's not simple role. It is an enterprise role we're talking about. So what is enterprise role? Enterprise role OK can consist of entitlement of different application. I'm repeating again. Enterprise role can consist of entitlement of different application. This XYZ enterprise role can hold entitlement of app directory, as well as database, as well as ServiceNow, as well as LDAP, as well as Google. So in one entitlement enterprise role I can combine a club entitlement of different application. That is why it is called enterprise. That means throughout the enterprise. The enterprise role can have access OK. So see your enterprise role, okay. So this is their right. We have 3 type role. We talk right first. We talk about. If you remember, there we talk about enterprise role. Okay, we saw now right enterprise role. It can consist entitlement of different application. Okay. Again, what is the next thing we have? Application role. Okay, so can be. Entitlement. Of one application. What does it mean? One application. This application will create. Let's say, I'm creating application role ABC, right? So this ABC application role. You can refer, okay, to only any of the application. If I want to create application role for it. So it is specific ready and that ABC application. Role will not have access to here. It is not enterprise. Enterprise rule means I can get access any application that I just if it is your. Application role. I have to create specific application role. So let's say I have 4 role here, right? I can clump this for entitlement. 1 role. I will call it as a AD role. Okay, this AD role. It will have access to this AD. This XYZ, if you need access to 4 of entitlement in AD instead of submitting single quiz. 1 request for this. 1 request for this. 1 request for 1 request is simple. He can go and create a AD role and if he submit their access for the read all this for entitlement, will get access. Okay. And same thing. We can create a DB role also. Okay, DB role and 1 application. I'm just giving a name. Any name you can give this DB role application will have access to the application. So what do? Into the conclusion. Application rule contain entitlement of specific reason 1 application.